Hi, welcome aboard Freedom, our 57 by 12 foot wide beam. Moored here at Mersey Marina, let me introduce you to Misty. Misty is my 4-year-old Labrador who lives on the boat with me and has done now for approximately 31 weeks. This is a whole new chapter in our lives, including a YouTube channel to document all the mistakes we're going to make as we venture into boat life. Our aim eventually is to sail Freedom single crewed to Liverpool, and we're going to document that journey. But for now, please sit back and enjoy this video that we've done for you today. Thank you. Hi, welcome to Misty and Me. As you can see, my other half, Misty, is chilling out. It's a stressful life being a Labrador. Just a quick video brought about by a question I was asked the other day by a lovely lady who asked me how do they plumb the water supply into a boat. And that got me thinking that obviously this lady's never lived on a boat, so she assumed that mains water is like at home, is plumbed in from the main supply, which obviously on a boat it doesn't work like that. So yes, I know there's going to be a lot of boaters watch this and go, well, we all know how it's done. But then there's a lot of people who watch these videos who's never been on a boat, who's thinking of buying a boat, and hopefully you'll find this little bit interesting. It's bound to be covered lots of times on different narrowboat channels, but again, this is how I sort the water on Freedom. Hope you enjoy. As with all marinas, on the pontoons there are water and electrical points to which each boat hooks up to. As you can see, we have the tap at the lower part of the stanchion. Now all we need to do is get the water from the tap to the front of the boat, to the bow where the tank is, where we store all our fresh water. Most boaters will have one of these handy on board. As you can see, mine's a normal garden hose. There is some debate whether you should use food quality standard pipe or garden hose, and I've opted for garden hose. I think there is some very slight evidence of things in the pipe that could do you harm, but I think you would have to be drinking water through it for many years, and I'm prepared to take that risk, but each boater makes their own choice. So we just need to pop the end of the pipe onto the tap. Now what I always do is I run fresh water through the hose before I take it down to the tank. This is for two reasons. One is to get rid of any stale water that could have stayed in the hose from the last time I used it, and secondly to wash away any spiders that decided to make home in there since the last time I used the hose. So now we just need a steady walk down the finger jetty towards the front of the boat, and I'm just going to have to take the crash cover sides off, which you'll see me do in a minute, to get access to the well deck where I'm going to put the hose into the filler cap. Crash cover is only held on with elastic ties which pull off, and then there's a zip on the front part which when I pull that up I can then fold the cover back, and it gives plenty of access into the bow. As you can see, I'm well stocked up with coal and with logs. It's getting that time of year. The filler point is here just in front of the bedroom bow doors, and we open that with a special tool known as a pair of scissors. If you watch Life Full of Meaning, I think Lisa uses a spoon. We all have our own adaptation of the tool. This keeps all the dirt out obviously, and we just need to get the cap out of the way, ready to pop the hose in. Now once I've got the hose into the tank filler, I just make sure there's no kinks in the pipe, and then go and turn the tap on. And on the way down I just check that there's no kinks and restrictions in the hose, just to allow the water to flow steadily into the tank. Now once I get back to the tap and turn that on, we're looking around 20 to 25 minutes on average for me to top up a tank. Now obviously for those boaters who use a lot of water, maybe 2 or 3 people living aboard, they'll use a lot more, therefore empty the tanks and take longer to fill. It's just a case now waiting for the tank to get full, and this is about 25 minutes later. I'm just checking, it's almost at the top now. You can see the water's flowing nice and steady, and within minutes it will now be at the top. There you go. Now it doesn't matter if it overflows, because to the size of the actual well deck we do have outlets for rainwater if you haven't got a cover, so it's nice and safe. The water just runs off back into the marina. All that's left to do now is get the pipe out of the filler tank, put the cap back and get the hose stored back on the reel. Now what you always try not to do is let that hose fall over the finger jetty between the boats and get into the marina water, because again there's obviously going to be bugs, so it's a lot cleaner to do it carefully and take your time. Just feeding the hose back onto the reel, ensuring there's a minimum amount of kinks in there, and then once it's on, I just got to put the loose end underneath one of the turns, ready for storing, so it's nice and safe and tidy. Unplug it from the tap, making sure the tap is definitely turned off. There's a little storage port on the front of the reel. Now what's left to do is to store the reel back on the stern deck where I got it from, so it's out of the way, nice, neat and tidy. And it just sits behind them logs in this bag till next time I need it. And there you go, it's as simple as that. Took me in actual time maybe 25 minutes. I had time to have a cup of tea whilst the tank was filling. I do fill it every week, I top it up every week. It would run, I imagine, 3, maybe 3.5 weeks in between top ups. There's over 550 litres in a stainless steel tank in the bow, but I just like it topped up all the time. I do every couple of weeks drop a couple of water purification tablets in the tank, just to safeguard against any nasties that could be in there, although I don't drink fresh water out the tap. In fact, I don't drink fresh water unless it's 90 degrees outside, and then I do drink bottled water. So most of my water obviously is boiled if I'm having tea or coffee, and then the rest is for showers and washing. It's hopefully answered the question to the lady who thought we'd maybe plumbed into the mains. I hope you did enjoy this video, and maybe you'd like to subscribe and press that notification bell. And if you've got any questions, please put them in the comments below, and I promise you faithfully I will answer them. But for now, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.